Hey, sheetheads. All right, I'm trying a new introduction here. Let me know how it goes if you want to be called a sheethead or not. Drop in the comment down below. Let me also get a little bit bigger because we're not going to spend a whole lot of time in this sheet, but we are. This is about sheets. This whole channel is about sheets. And one of the questions that I recently got or have gotten consistently is, how do you get better at sheets? This is not a vague sort of idea. There is an amount of time that you have to spend inside of Google Sheets, and you will get better and you will get more confident. But how do you do that? So by the end of this video, I hope to give you a few tips on how you might get better at Google Sheets, gain more confidence, do more complex formulas. And so I'm going to start with a question of, how do you know which formula to use in which situation? The easy answer is that I don't. I just do what comes naturally, and I try to figure it out and try to get better every day. And each time I use it, but I also get stuck in ruts. There's a few formulas that I use a lot of the times. Those show up at Better Sheets. If I go to Better Sheets and show you the formulas that I use the most or feature in videos the most. So I'm logged out of my bettersheets.co, but so you'll see this if you go to Better Sheets for the first time. Here's tutorials. You can go and see whatever tutorials I have. 398 now, almost 400 tutorials in Better Sheets. Scroll down, you'll see every single video title ever. And over here on the right side, you'll see formulas. Out of almost 400 videos, I have the if function, or the if formula, is the most featured. That means I've used it the most inside of a video. Next one is index. That's probably because it combines well in formula combinations with index match. Filter here, I love filter. Look, and here's where I'll admit that I get into a rut, but I think it's a good rut. Some people will rely on pivot tables or literally the filter menu function. And early on, what happened to me is I had a problem with the filter menu function. And I think this happens a lot too. To get more confident in Sheets, you have to go headfirst into a problem. You have to have a problem. You have to have some weakness. You have to have some existential threat to your existence in spreadsheets. And then by doing that, you have such a visceral reaction to it that you latch on to something new. And that's this filter function. In Google Sheets, if I have some data here and I want to filter it, the first thing you probably do is go up to this create a filter. But this screwed me so much. If you pick a range here, and then you hit filter, it will only filter that range. And what happened is I had a lot of data on a sheet, and I only selected a few columns, not realizing that this filter function, this filter menu item, did this, and it only filtered some. So the data on the outside of this area was not filtered, and it was messing up the data mightily. So I swore off this menu function here, or this menu, not function, this menu, filter menu thing. And I relied on creating more dynamic filters that I didn't have to click on, that I just created a sheet here and called filter, and there. So I think having those existential periods in your time in spreadsheets is going to help you learn more and gain more confidence, because I rely a lot on the filter function here, the formula filter. Is blank probably is because I showcase it a lot in quick tips. I love the formula combination of if and is blank. Concatenate, probably the hardest formula to spell if you've never or understand what that word means. And that's another existential threat. When you see a formula that you're like, that word doesn't make any sense, and you have to understand it. You can understand if, you can understand filter. Pretty much is blank is what it is. Maybe a few of the facts the syntax is specific there, but you'd understand what it is. But concatenate, this word is from some other world. And not knowing concatenate, not knowing what that meant, I was using join a lot, or even the ampersand. That's how you can combine text inside of a cell. But this concatenate now I use a lot because, I had that experience where I was like, what is that? I need to understand what that is. And if you have that drive to say, what is it inside of the sheet? What is there? you'll do what I'm about to tell you next step to do, which is really learning Google Sheets the hard way, but it will work. It's just go to any cell, go to sheet.new, just do sheet.new for a brand new sheet, and start typing in a cell and just do the equal sign. A, got ABS, AD, AND, delete that. B, go by call, by row, go and click on stuff, look at the syntax, be like, what do I not understand about this? Click the down arrow here, the down chevron, and just read. You can also find all of this information here on bettersheets.co/formulas. I have literally every single Google Sheet formula directory, and each one will show you, if you click on concatenate, it will show you all of the tutorials that I have featured concatenated, and it has some common questions and some answers from me. But here's the coolest part that I just recently added to Better Sheets is there's a random formula button here. So explore a new formula, understand more about Sheets wrap calls. You can, this is a random one because there are no tutorials featuring this one. So if we go back, refresh, and hit random again, standard deviation based on entire population. Let's hit random again. Let's find one. There it is, image. Okay, here's a good one because there's 8 videos. But yeah, those are 3 random formulas to gain more confidence and to understand Google Sheets more. I think this is one of the greatest ways to do it. Just read what each of these formulas does. And that answers the question of how do I know what formula to use in what situation, right? I just read a lot. I have read these, I've used these a lot, and that's what you got to do, and combine them in interesting ways, right? Wrapping formulas, I have in Better Sheets over on topics. You can see formula combinations. One of these will be formula combinations. There it is, formula combination. 28 tutorials show you are featured formulas that are wrapped around each other and what they do. They create really cool magical things. So I would do that. I would check out those places. There's probably even some free ones if you're not interested in becoming a member, but it's only $19 a month. Become a member, you get full access to every single video. If you become a lifetime member, you get every video, every sheet, every template, every script, every tool I build. Just recently, I built, what did I do recently? I did this one thing of 10 things I hate about your spreadsheets. You'll probably see that on YouTube eventually. I did an automation for beginners. I walk through combining AI into a sheet and emailing every day, and then we wrote code in that video to show you do AI and then email the results right away to your inbox. So you don't even have to use a sheet to use that code, which is really cool. I created an AI blog writer that directly incorporates into Ghost, and I have the API access and everything in there. It was really difficult, so check that out. Also, there should be, where is it? Fast Facts. So this is a FAQ maker generator, and it generates FAQ page schema, and then it also directly goes into Ghost. But if you're working on WordPress, you can just copy and paste that stuff, and you can get the FAQ page schema from this sheet. I built a micromanager, which is like an hourly email reminder. So I have 8 items on a to-do list, and literally every hour it will email me the next one that's unchecked. So if I check off a couple at a time, the next hour it'll email me the next unchecked one and be like, did you do this? Really cool stuff. And I think that's sort of the end of this video is just do cool stuff, try stuff. Get out there, have some weaknesses and power through them, read, get into some situations where you're like, I wish there was a better way, and then come over to Better Sheets and find out there is a better way to do that. But yeah, read a bunch of formulas, read a bunch of stuff, and you will be more confident. You will gain more comprehension about Google Sheets. Become a member of bettersheets.co. $19 a month. You get access to almost 400 videos. Probably by the time this video comes out, it will be 400 videos. But also check out the 10 things I hate about your spreadsheets video. That should be cool. But if you haven't, check out the next video on here on bettersheets.co YouTube channel. Bye.